we swing, we deal damage, and let's go. Let's go. Alright, that will be a lot of damage to our opponent. We get the mana because our creatures are free. Why wouldn't they, right? Yep. More damage, more creatures, everything for free. This is actually kinda important. I think we go with this. Scamp. Scamp is not the end of the world. Bro? Like, what are... This is Diamond Monorite player. Just attacking 1-1 into 1-2. They forgot that sometimes you actually don't have a cheat spell to win every time. This is crazy, man. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we'll spice things up with an action-packed video just for you, because we will be playing a very unique build that actually is 2 tribes in one. We will be playing lizards, but guess what? Nearly every lizard is also an outlaw. They are living on the edge in their life. So basically the synergies between those 2 tribes are extremely strong, and with things like Vinelasher, Hired Claw, dealing direct damage is super easy, and with Flamecaller it gets amplified, basically doubled. You also have the Vial Smasher that is very aggressively statted, while also dealing damage whenever the outlaw comes into the battlefield. That means Gecko is free. We had those creatures in standard before, they were always extremely powerful, and with the mentor you can draw basically 3 cards a turn. Legit, right? It's extremely strong creature that keep you going way longer than it should. You will see also Flint in action, and I think you will like it. And with the Mudflat Village we actually have like extra value in this deck, because you can sacrifice land in the end game and start getting back the creatures that died. So the deck is extremely powerful while also being pretty consistent and very fast, so we can actually play every game, even against Monored. With Scales you can just swing the race basically in your favor very quickly. But don't you worry, you will see everything used into the game. So let's go into action, and if you want to support the channel in a meaningful way, please consider joining the Patreon. Not only you help the channel, but also you get decks way before everyone else, and you can be immortalized in one of the videos forever. So thank you for everyone that did this, you guys are awesome, and let's go into the action. Well, you played a land, congratulations, and that's a shot. Good call, good call. I honestly think we just go with the Gecko, because on the next turn we can go with this, and even though we don't have lands, having an extra lizard should be a huge deal. Is that a Gruul control? No, it's just mono red with green, right? Just 3-color aggro deck probably. Only fast lands, because you know you need to go fast. And alright, it seems that they will keep removing our stuff. So, let's play a swamp here, and let's full swing, because I'm pretty sure they have shock in the hand. Alright, we hit the face, which is great. That also means that we will go with Gecko first, because we get the mana because of the damage, so that's basically a free card. And then go with this guy, because we have a land for the next turn. And that is 4 different creatures, and he can shock only one of them. Yep, finally the card will be used, hopefully. Theoretically it could be a control deck, but realistically it's always aggro deck. Alright, questing druid, sure. As you can see, just an aggro deck, as usual. Challenger. I wonder if they will actually try to race us. I'll take it. I think they played the land for the turn. Yep, so they cannot get any value. I could block this, but I don't think there's any reason to. We should have enough priority. Alright, this is definitely something we'll go for. And we could even activate it, but not yet. I will play the land, that's so much extra damage. Let's go like this. And I really hope I will hit something that I can cast. I cannot cycle cards and I don't have red mana, so I'm a little bit scared about this one. Alright. Until end of turn. Well. Bad at Magic, what can I say? However, our opponent is at 10. And I don't think they can kill us on this turn, especially that they exalt their best cards. That basically gives a double strike to something for a single point of mana. So yeah, I think they will go wider board, try to survive the next turn, and I hope we can prevent them from it. We will try to go with the battle. We only have 1 red mana, which is, you know, not optimal right now. Go for it. I don't want to trade because I can get some good cards with this, and hopefully, get us out of trouble. I have to play like this. And we have to go like this, I think. I cannot use this because then I don't get the cards and I really need them. Probably a red land. If I get red land, I would play it. I will play it. Alright? Declaring blocks. You know, this one is not attacking. You need to block one of those 3. Alright, no blocks, as expected. I don't think we can win the game yet. This one is interesting, but this one is more damage and more stuff, basically. So we play this, we get him to 2, and this is so close. I think we should win this. We have 4 different blockers. Oh right, I won the game. Man. You just play your cards and Gleeful somehow is found usually. I actually completely forgot about this one, that this is the second spell for the turn. That's it, we're on the draw, but we have some decent plays, probably with the hard claw, right? That's how we start. 1-2, 1-2, they both have the same. We want to activate stuff for the next turn. Other creatures on for each... okay, so we don't get full effect here. I actually think this is the one. We could try to use the Offspring later, but 3 mana is such a late game that I think we don't. And we don't need to activate anything right now. Not super sure which lizard I will play first. Our opponent thinks about removing something maybe, or just basically, maybe he's counting Gleeful. Are we dead already? I think we'll go for the pros right now. Like honestly. 1 damage acquired. I think we need to remove all the slick shots. And because our opponent is not attacking, I think we go like this. If we could draw a land, that would be absolutely awesome, but I'm not sure if we can. Probably not. Hero, sure. Extremely powerful card. That's great. That means they are... oh boy. The greed! Why would you do it in this order? That makes no sense, but I'll take my win. 1 damage, sure. And what about this one? They don't have too many cards, but we also don't have too much... like, we cannot cast our spells right now. We cannot even trigger anything. Hero. It's very hard, man. I need more mana. I could try to kill Slickshot and go from there, and I think this is the play. If they cannot buff the hero, it's useless. If they can, we go to 4-1. Another one, sure. As long as they are 1-1s, they are not scary. But a single buff spell completely changes this. Okay, so they will pump again. Learning a little bit at least. They will deal 3 damage here, but that's it probably. Cool. We kill it in response. And let's see if they have more. Nope, they do not. And we went 2-4-1 for every trait we try to go for. Even Mana Scoot, we have so much value. This is interesting, but not great yet. I think we have to start with this guy. And, I mean, we could start racing. I think, okay, we do it from the next turn, because I want to block here. I cannot lose this card. It's way too important. Scamp. Scamp is not the end of the world. Bro? Like, what are This is Diamond Monored player just attacking 1-1 into 1-2. They forgot that sometimes you actually don't have a cheat spell to win every time. This is crazy, man. This is such a bad play. Let's go with this guy. It will get the counter, right? Oh no, I forgot the black mana is not black. I wanted to cast this, and that was a huge blunder. I'm still not used to the fact that it's a black land that doesn't provide black mana for, you know, anything like this. Can I attack? I can absolutely attack here. Like, not amazing. They can block with Scamp and trade against it, but at this point we'll have to... it would be great to draw mana for my deck, but, you know, we're not there yet, unfortunately. And we'll block with the Claw. They can probably kill it. There's not much we can do about it. Like, we're playing the whole game on 2 mana. Our opponent is incredibly great at Magic and he top decked a winning spell. So that means we die on the next turn. I mean, this kinda does something, but it's not good enough, right? Can we stack the triggers? Let's learn. I will go full control. Okay. Okay, so this will deal 1 damage first. So I think we get the value. Then we go get the mana. Alright, that's good. Like, we're trying to get around stuff. And I mean, we need to life gain right now. That means we need to play this. It's 5, so that's a good start. And let's go. So he will die on the next turn. We are at 6. He needs another monster straight from the top. Let's see who was the better player. Can he top deck? I don't think it's good enough. Wow, they actually didn't attack. That's crazy. Alright, landfall. That means activation. And we probably want to go with this, right? Yep, let's go with this. That should force a lot of damage. And now we actually go full swing, because they have forced blocks here. They don't know what those cards do. They just do random things, and most of the time it is enough to be in time. Man, the amount of misplays this guy did is actually incredible. And that's it. That's it. Mono black. What do we start with? No 1-drop, so it doesn't matter. Generally, this one should be the first one, I think. Our draw is extremely expensive right now. What do we go for then? We could go for this, so this combined with this is extremely good value. This one will probably die. I need both of them. Oh man, this is actually kinda hard. I think we will go with this, because I want the value from this guy, and I want to have possibility of exiling those 2 extra cards. 1 damage, sure. More go for the throats, it's okay, it's okay. And let's see if that survives. I don't think it will, but we need to try. And I mean, it has worked, so... you know, that's something. But it will probably die. Even to a countdown, so that's perfect for our opponent. Let's sit. Alright, 1 damage. At least they don't have a land, so that's something. That is something. So I could play this, but if they have another removal, that's not great. So I will just keep my go for the throats, try to kill this, and open the game for, you know, next place. If this dies, then maybe this survives. Well, just 2 players having fun with removing literally everything other player plays. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. And I mean, that's why we went with this guy. Look at this value, man. This is super strong. So we get a 4-4 basically. And this will be hard to remove. That means we get the Mentor probably on the next turn, and it will trigger. Because we have so much pressure, they need to play something in the board as well. Bandit's Talent. I think we have to go with this. This is just too good of a card. Do you have ability? Not really. I don't really care, so we attack with everything, except this guy. Alright, this has haste from this. Yep, let's go like this. That gives us extra cards, and that's huge. Because we really need this card advantage. I mean, let's take this guy. We play land, and we play this. We get some damage from Bandit's talents, but we have so many creatures that we should be able to raise them. And we are getting a lot of cards on the next turn. So they can level it up, but it won't be quick enough because we're at 15. Let's see it. We're on the play with 1-drop into 2-drop. A lot of removal, so we need to hit a creature deck. If that's a control, I don't think we have enough value. And we need to start with Vinelasher, so we can get, you know... Oh man, it would be so great to cast Offspring, but we just... I don't think that's a good idea. So that's not amazing. I have to play like this. So we will have a huge burst, but we don't have any plays after this turn. And that's really bad. They cannot play Lockdown, but what we have is not good enough. We will lose. Our opponent will just play something. Alright. Plains card. This one is kinda nice. And we are getting flooded, so we know that's bad. I think we'll start cycling cards. Maybe there is a way, so let's go for red mana. Well, I guess it doesn't matter then. No. We need 1 red mana, we just don't want to pain right now. Let's activate it and see what happens. What? Here, that's the mana. And let's go with removal, maybe. I don't think we need to. Alright, and let's see what the card is. I mean, this one is better. This one is a little bit better. Not too much, but, you know, better than nothing. Because they will die, hopefully not to Lockdown. Seraph. Alright, we cannot kill it with Go for the Throat. Okay, this is a nice one. Alright, how can we do it? We can cycle a lot of cards if we really want to. So we played this one, we should have good enough mana for all the plays. And we go for this, right? And we cycle one of the cards. Alright, I think that's good enough. If that's not a full control, it's just artifact deck, I think we can try to run them over. We're at 9 already. We can cycle it later, we don't need it now. Yep, they just don't have enough tempo, especially if they didn't have play for the next turn, they are completely out, because the Seraph cannot, you know, hold the priority enough. And goes first. We have some decent, you know, creatures, but we definitely want to be on the play. Let's go with the village, maybe. Shouldn't matter. We will play creatures from, you know, all of those lands, unless we really want to go for the throat something. This would be amazing on the last turn, so not super happy we missed it. This could be Helix, but we still need to play into it. This doesn't give the mana, so we don't go with it. Go Helix. Alright, Virtue is way better. That means we can start racing them. I don't want to trade. Our 2-drop is better than theirs. Alright, that's a good start. So, I want to play this. We deal damage. This is legendary, so we don't want to play it. And I mean, we can play it later. And we cannot deal damage. So, okay, so we go like this. We deal damage. That's the play, alright. Because this deals damage, right? And it activates the synergy. Now we go for this guy. We pay the life. And we get the mana for Go for the Throat, and then we go for the attack. And of course, everything deals damage. And now we go like this. Clearing the coast, basically. As the Helix is still a possibility, but I will go with it. If this dies, we just play another one. Virtue is kinda okay. Like, they still trade card for card. And they're at 18, we have a bit better board. Unless they play Lockdown on the next turn, we should be fine. Alright. And we need to play it now. Alright, I'm going with this one. This is super important, because we can hit lands with this. Alright, I think we'll get there. Don't kill the Mentor. Come on, man! Alright, at least we use the map token. If we can get to this into something, that would be great. And let's go for... This one is really good. Let's take this one. Do we need to... I mean, it's not a bad card. And our opponent is low on mana. Yep, he got mana screwed, so he cannot win the game. Even though he played 3 spells on 2 mana in a row, but we are starting to outscale him. Alright, so, I mean, I got 1 land. Shuffler, what's wrong with you? Alright, I'll take this hand, you know? So they add mana, so we want to go kinda crazy here, right? Enters, but they need to lose life, so that might be a problem. I think we need to keep it. This one is really nice, but I think we need better value. Very awkward hand right now, but I think we can make it work. We would love to have a 1-drop, but unfortunately we don't. No hello. Absolutely no hello here. So let's go for this one. This should be interesting. The Outlaw needs to enter the battlefield. I mean, this is interesting, but this will die probably, right? I would love it to survive, because I think we can stack triggers in correct order, right? I'm not super sure. What are you? Oh, this is a nice art. So if we block this, yeah, this is an interesting one. I really think we need to take this damage, because we are getting huge value on the next turn. Alright, that's a nice land. Alright, I think I know. So, we have to go like this. We swing, we deal damage, and let's go. Let's go. Alright, that will be a lot of damage to our opponent. We get the mana because our creatures are free. Why wouldn't they, right? Yep. More damage, more creatures, everything for free. And I think we want this one. At the beginning of your upkeep, I can cast all of those spells. This is actually kinda important. I think we go with this. Even though we lose some damage, I really think that forcing them to remove this is a big deal. And that was definitely a turn. And I'm at 1 card at turn 3. So our opponent can do probably a lot of magic, but hopefully they can't remove the Flint. We will see, it might be harsh. They probably have something to buff. Alright, so that means we are drawing cards. 1 damage, and they are preparing. That's a lot of cards. And all of them are lands. Alright, cool. How long is it? Until end of turn. I can draw a card. So we will definitely play this, right? And I think we need a land as well. Yep. So let's go for this. We go with the Flamecaller. And that also goes for all the damage, right? I'm in full swing. That's what we do in Magic. Oh boy, oh boy. And I have to Monstrous Rage something. So the most damage will be if I... Okay, that's a smart one. Interesting. So this is... I think we... Which one is the more important one? They can kill this. I mean, I think we go like this. This really deals a lot of damage overall. Not enough yet to win the game, but we cleared the whole board and we're at 16. They can deal 2 damage, so they can kill 2 creatures, but that opens them to basically next turn lethal. And we can use the village. I think I don't have the mana, right? Yeah, I don't have natural black mana. I wanted to say good game, because he was nice to us, but, you know, just playing aggro. Right, let's see. We are on the play, a lot of lizards, and I have to say, man, this will definitely be an extremely strong opening. This one is a little bit slow, but it creates so many, you know, threats at once. We aren't, unfortunately, good enough to have a 1-drop that would insanely accelerate the situation. And we have to go with this guy, right? Then we can start going with the Gecko on the next turn. And this one doesn't have haste, right? Yeah, I think this is the next play. That's it. It could be Helix. Yes, finally. Took a moment, but they decided I will cast Helix. So what can we do here? Honestly, I think we go with this one just for the curve, because it has the, you know, basically the highest value. And we go from there. We want to hit the 4th land so we can double spell, and we actually need it for literally everything. So it seems to be a control deck. Right now, what can we go for? Honestly, I will go with the Offspring. It creates 2 creatures, so it's harder to remove. And, you know, easy to trigger some synergies. They can lock down. Yep. Extremely good in Magic. So, the usual game of whoever draws lockdown wins the game is definitely here. However, we can still work around it, right? Whenever you cast a lizard spell, so I think we can get all the value. They need to play another sweeper. So let's go full control. I think you actually need full control for this play. So this goes on the stack first. Yep. And now this one can resolve. We get the mana and we force our opponent to draw another lockdown. If they have another lockdown, the game is fully over. I mean, I guess I can play this one. I want to concede after every one of them because I know there's like basically no gameplay after. But we can still try, right? And let's swing some extra damage. Maybe they won't have a 3rd sweeper, right? And it feels... well, I guess it's not worth the block here. Because they can have Helix and then we actually lose super much. Double Forge. Alright, I mean, they will be racing, that's for sure. And not a very good draw. I think we go like this, and we have haste here. So, let's full swing. See who is the better player. And we'll get some new cards. Double land. Sure. At least we can get something with the village, but man, this draw is absolutely devastating. I mean, sure, right? We go with Flint, I think. Yep. 3 damage, not enough to kill us. And we need to go hard. They can block with this. There's not much we can do about it. So, let's sacrifice it and get some value. Oh, this one is not a lizard. Yeah, it's goblin. So we actually don't have a choice here. We don't have trample, so that will be a bit of a problem. Haste. Alright. Not really amazing. So I kinda want to attack with those. We pump this guy. Because otherwise this will die to trades. I mean, let's go for this one maybe. They can double block this. You know what, let's go for this. And this is 5 damage on the next turn. So that's quite a lot. So we need to kill them in 2 turns. They can pay 1 life and save 5, which is good deal for them. But hopefully you can make it work. The draws are pretty, you know, abysmal. Like, we drew a land that does nothing really. Yeah, the choice here was really easy. Like, you just block the creature with higher power. Alright, not a good draw for them, that's for sure. But they already have the things that they cared about. 5 damage, face. And I would love to draw something that isn't land. Especially that we can, you know, get some extra cards and all the Outlaws has haste. That's it. I mean, this one is interesting. Creature tokens. We cannot level it up, we don't have white mana for it. So I think we have to get rid of the blockers. And this one, Lizard, Mouse, what are you? Just Mercenary. So we get this guy higher. We attack with everything, so it's a bit harder to block. We use this on whatever isn't blocked. Yeah, I think that should be a lethal. I think our opponent knows what cards we have. So let's torch the tower. No bargain, just killing. And then they activate. Yeah, good game. We just had the cards. Man, I won through double lockdown, which is crazy. I think they... Oh, they don't have the mana for this one. They didn't go for the Painlands. Alright guys, we'll make the outro quick because the deck is fast and furious, so needs to be our outro. However, before we go there, because I have some impressions, after playing with the deck, I want to say a huge thank you for all the Patreon supporters. Thank you guys for caring and, just helping the channel grow and be the best version it can be, so I really appreciate it. What about this deck? There is one card. Not your Flamecaller, the Battler. This kinda didn't meet my expectations, to be absolutely honest, even though it's a strong card and you have many ways to activate the effect, so it deals, this 2 damage directly. It's a lizard, so it gets amplified with a Flamecaller. So this card is very, very strong. However, in the games I've played, I usually never played it. I always played the other ones. So maybe this one is some, room for improvement. Flint is probably the best one for the 3-drops. However, Flamecaller has this one ability that you just play it into the board, you swing all, and it's lethal. Especially with effects like Hired Claw or Vinelasher, especially with the Offspring, because when you play a land, for example, it triggers 2 times, so it's 4 damage instead of 2. So that's a big deal. So the Flamecaller has insane synergy with the rest of the deck, and we have so many ways to just deal damage that it's kinda crazy. Honestly, Gecko is probably the best lizard here. Well, not best lizard, but best 2-drop. And follow up with the Mentor. Mentor is super, super important because this just gives you the extra value that you need to close the game. And yeah, if they cannot answer it, they probably will fall behind very, very quickly. And the best lizard from this deck is probably the Vinelasher. This card is insane. Not only it has, it's a 1-drop that already can deal very quickly damage with the landfall, but the fact that you can Offspring, that means it's a 3-drop as well, and it's an extremely good 3-drop. It basically turns every land you have into a shock. That's a big deal. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see this card a lot in all the aggro decks that use black mana. You don't need to have a lizard deck for this one, contrary to Hired Claw, which is also a great creature. However, you need lizards for this one. So yeah, that's kinda about it. The deck is super strong and very consistent. It was young from Mythic because I've seen that this has good results over a huge, amount of games. So I thought that it's worth showcasing. I personally would probably trade one Vial Smasher into this scaled Scorch. Alright, I think this one is just simply a little bit better for the deck. So while they're both legendary, so you need to split the cards, I think that this would be a bit better, but you need to grab them. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching and see you guys tomorrow.